Hello everyone, welcome back to Kirklees Guitar School. In today's guitar lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division. This lesson is specifically aimed at sort of beginners to advanced beginners, and the whole point of this lesson for the student is to practice chopping and changing between a 4-chord progression and that little riff that we all know. I've taken a bit of artistic license to get this over the line, but I hope you enjoy it. If you head to the first link in the description, you can grab a 2-page PDF. You can grab the tabs for this completely for free, along with over 100 other tabs with accompanying video lessons. Just for structure-wise, I'm going to be referring to this, and if you've got the means to print it off or download it and follow along at home, it will help you get it across the line. If you like the way that I teach, I'd urge you to check out the second link in the description, which is for the Kirklees Guitar School Academy. The Kirklees Guitar School Academy is my membership platform where Academy members receive extra content to bolt onto these video lessons to help them get it across the line. These include a full guided playthrough with scrolling tabs, technical focus lesson which dives into one specific part of the song and gives you an extra lesson that week, along with all my other course materials and over 100 other pieces of content that are not available anywhere else. You can get that with a 14-day free trial from the second link in the description. Right then, so what we're up against. So we've got a couple of chords. Now I say 4-chord progression. There's a little A5 at the beginning. We've got a big E minor. We've got a D chord, a B minor, and an A. If you want to use the sort of traditional B minor bar chord, I'm just going to turn that down a little bit. If you want to use the sort of traditional B minor bar chord like this, be my guest, but for today's lesson and who this lesson's aimed at, I'm playing it like this. The Pinball Wizard way of playing B minor, let's say. Right, so there's like 4 or 5 slides that I'm going to show you for this lesson, which just kind of repeat throughout the song. So we'll talk structure at the back end, but the song starts with this sort of little A5 chord, and you'll hear there's another guitar somewhere does like a, but we're going to sort of hold the rhythm down. We're going to play an A5 chord by playing the open A string, 2nd fret of the D, 2nd fret of the G, and I'm going to pluck the strings with a downstroke, and I'm going to aim to just hit these 3 strings. And we're going to count this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're basically doing shed loads of downstrokes for 8 bars. And we're going to do what's called a crescendo, which means as we play this, we're going to gradually get louder and louder and louder. And we're going to do this for 8 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, can you see these funny looking brackets either side of the tabs here? These are called repeat markers. And what this means is, I want, rather than me just copying and pasting it again and your PDF being 14 pages long, I'm just going to put, that just means that I want you to repeat that section again. Now you're going to see in the verse later on, you always repeat these twice unless it tells you to do so at the end of the bar, which we're going to see in the verse. But for this specifically, and I want you to think of the songs building to that big sort of, that riff, which we're going to have a look at in a second. But I want you to be really, don't be afraid to really dig in there. It's a big part of the Joy Division sound. If you've done any reading up into like how Peter Hook plays the bass and that kind of stuff, it's really kind of significant for this start. So that's your intro. And we're then going to go into the bit that everybody thinks of. Now this is it's some sort of like keyboard part, I think. Just listening to it. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But this is the melody. And what we're going to do for this tutorial is any chorus or any kind of instrumental section where this features, we're gonna play this. Whether Ian Curtis is singing the melody line or whether the keyboard's playing it, we're going to mirror it. And this is the melodic part of this lesson. I want you to practice coming back to and playing a relatively simple riff over and over again with the music. So we're going to start with an open high E string, and that's going to last for 4 beats. The lyric for that will be love, love will tear us apart, which is the second bar. So I'm going to use my index finger over here on the second fret of the high E string. I'm going to pluck down with my plectrum. Now I'm coming back to this second fret, so I want to be mindful of that. So I'm going to keep this second fret pressed down. After I've plucked it, I'll go to the third fret and I'm going to play my third fret on the same string. I'm going to use my middle finger, but notice how I'm keeping this fella pressed down because I'm coming back there. And you've got to start thinking about this, start reading ahead a little bit and think, well, if I'm coming back there, I might as well leave that finger there. At least that's the way that I do it as well. 2, 3, 2. That's F sharp, G, F sharp. I'm then going to play the open high E string, middle finger on the third fret of the B string, and then I'm going to play the open B to start the third bar. Let's see how that sounds up to there. And you should be singing that melody in your head. Love, love will tear us apart. I find singing melodies sort of singing or humming melodies in my head really does help get these rhythms down. And then we're gonna, on the and of 4, watch the clash, the technical focus lesson on the clash lesson if you want to talk about that from last week. We're going to play that third fret, which is a D note, and we're only playing that for a split second before we go to this A note on the second fret of the G string, and I'm using my index finger there. So I want you to pause the video and get this under your fingers. You see how I'm not hanging about on this note over here for long. And can you see with repeat markers again? Now it's just the band come in from this point and it's just the keyboard playing that melody. There's no vocals just yet. So we're going to play this twice before moving on to the verses. Now this is labelled verse 1, but this applies to all 3 verses in the song. We're going to play this chord progression, which is E minor, second fret of the A string, second fret of the D string, and we're going to strum all the strings. I'm going to strum that with a good old down, down, up, up, down strumming pattern. Okay. Now at 147 BPM, it's quite quick is this song, so do feel free to slow it down. You need to slow this stuff down to a point where you can play it and then sort of that's your benchmark for improvement. Don't stress yourself out with this stuff. Remember, we do it for fun. We're then going to go to a D chord, which is second fret of the G, second fret of the high E, third fret of the B string, pizza chord. Remember, all these chords are at the top of the PDF over here. If you need them, go and print them out. Okay, so this strumming pattern, although I've sort of labelled the downs and the ups over here, the little thing that looks like a staple is a downstroke and the V is an upstroke. This continues. The strumming pattern is the same for all 4 of these chords. So we've got E minor, D. Now B minor, I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to do the Pinball Wizard way of doing it, which is second fret of the high E with the index finger, third fret of the B string with the middle finger, fourth fret of the G string with the pinky, and then fourth fret of the D string with the ring finger. Excuse me. And I want you to try that with the down, down, up, up, down strumming. Sounds like this. And then we're going to go to an A chord, which is just a bog standard A major, which your index, middle and ring fingers are all stood on the second frets of the D, the G and the B strings. And we're strumming from the A string downwards. Now, this is repeated, see repeat markers, but remember what I said earlier. It says ×3. So what that means is we're going to strum this section 3 times before we move on to the next bit. I think the lyric is routine bites hard and ambitions are low, I think, is that. Now when you're playing this, I want you to really be conscious of, don't be strumming the strings too hard. Especially if you're on electric guitar, you just want to tickle it, yeah? Nice, and I'm using a really thin plectrum. I don't know if you can hear that. And I'm letting the plectrum move between my fingers. I'm letting the guitar breathe. Okay, so that's your verses, the same for all the verses. And following on from that, you'll then go into the chorus, which we spoke before is love, love will tear us apart again. Now, this is repeated twice and is just the same. You will always play this twice up until the ending of the song, which we're going to talk about structure in a second. Now, where do we go from there? Yeah, you see how we've got another round of what looks like the verse. That's just a little instrumental section which serves as a buffer to the rest of the song. Now, looking at the PDF, we're essentially just going to go round and round and round those sections. So where we've stopped, I've taken you to the bottom of the first page. There's only 2 pages of this PDF. You're going to play the verse another 3 times, strumming round those chords. You're then going to play the chorus. You're going to play that twice. The intro, you know those little A5 chords, come back with the sort of followed by the main riff, verse 3, chorus, and then the ending, you're just going to strum A chord for 4 bars, like this. Same strumming pattern. After 4 bars, it goes to D. Now you'll see on the tabs, it tells you that you're going to play. It's a 4-bar phrase where you're sitting on D and you're going to play it for 4 times. The record will have stopped before then. It's what we call a fade out, where it gradually sort of comes to the volume over let's say 10 to 15 seconds, just gradually decreases until it kind of withers away to nothing. So this is a really good song. It's a really good example. I mean, I love Joy Division. I love all music, but I think that in particular, Joy Division, which eventually turned into like New Order and that kind of stuff, didn't it? Is it's definitely worth studying because it's quite hard to find songs as a teacher. It's quite hard to find songs for students which have just a kind of little riff that's not too committal and quite easy to learn, and then a couple of chords that don't have loads of bar chords in them. Now I know it's got B minor in it, but we're going to be brave. And what I want you to get out of this lesson, you're going to learn to play this awesome song, you're going to be strumming along at home and you're going to be really happy with it. But as a teacher, what I'm seeing there is you're practicing changing from playing a riff to chords. And I describe this in my lesson room as taking one hat off and putting another on. And that's a muscle in itself. The technical focus of the lesson for this, I'm going to delve into how important that is and give you some practical tips. So those of you that are in the academy, you're definitely worth checking that out. I'm using this absolutely beautiful Epiphone ES355 today. It's got the Bigsby and the Trini Lopez cuts. Nice clean guitar. I wanted to play electric guitar today. You could do this on acoustic or electric. I've just got the katana set clean with a little bit of reverb. Just like I said before, if you are playing this and you're strumming on electric guitar, just be a little bit lighter with your plectrum, and you'll kind of get more. It'll sound more like the record. So, what Joy Division song do you think I should cover next? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next week for another guitar lesson. Thank you so much.